Hey, it's Thursday morning. It's great to be alive. It's Thursday morning. It's great to be alive. It's Thursday morning. It's great to be alive. Hello, YouTube and Facebook for Veterans Council Veterans fans. This is your host, Tony Williams from Veterans Council Veterans CEO and President. And I hope everybody's doing great. We're getting real close to the end of the week. And I know one of your questions you're probably asking yourself is, why am I seeing this guy on every day? Every day. Well, I can tell you why. Because, this is what you do when you have an event coming up. You got to keep constantly plugging and reminding people that you're having an event. And this is, especially when you get down to the D-Day. In the military, D-Day is what we call a day that with the event is occurring. And our event is occurring on the 30th of September from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it's the second annual Veteran and Family Suicide Prevention Forum. And it's going to have at least 6 panels and 18 military veterans or family members who are part of the panel. As you see before you, we're going to have a faith-based panel, a really great Facebook. In fact, we did an interview with one of the panelists who's leading it, Chaplain Jerry Waldrop. And we're having a mental health. And I'm going to come early. We're going to have a guest on that's kind of who's on the part of the panel that can kind of tell you what we're doing as well. And we're having these interviews and guests because we want you to make sure that you guys meet the panelists. Speaking of meeting the panelists, here it is. We have a buttload of panelists. And this is important for Veterans Council Veterans when we have an event like this. We want to be collective, and not be a single source. So what you're going to get when you come on this forum on the 3rd of September from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., you're going to get a input from everybody. And you notice how diverse the lineup is. We got all races, genders. It doesn't matter. That's really what the military is really good at, is making sure that we all speak, and we all take care of each other. We're going to have the faith-based panel. We're going to have the panelists lost veteran suicide with the Winklers. Unfortunately, they lost Drew Winkler. We're going to have the MST survivors led by Len Geiser. We're going to have mental health providers. With everybody on this panel are veterans led by Carlos Garcia, Dr. Carlos Garcia. We're going to also have a panel for suicide prevention trainers, people who actually train us, to kind of get some insight what they find that are a bit more successful when it comes to the training for veterans, and that's going to be led by Tom Cruz. So again, on the 30th of September, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., we're going to have all these panels. Check on the chat for the register. We only have 6 days, and sometimes you may not think this performance for you, but it could be for someone else, and you may be saving a life. All I'm asking you guys is that, we do all this awareness. We do push-ups, 22 push-ups. We do hikes. We do ruck marches. We do a lot of things, and for awareness. And what I'm asking you to do is just take this index finger and share. Push the button and share, because by you sharing that button, you may save a life you didn't even know that was necessary. And during this time of COVID, you never know what people are going through. We got a lot of stuff going on with this COVID. It's just crazy. It's like there's a lot of divisiveness, anger, protests, riots, and stuff going on almost on a daily basis. We still got the COVID-19 going on. We got the presidential election going on. We've got a lot of stressors going on right now. So there are people who probably never even thought about suicide, or probably think about it now, just for all that stress going on, and very little help with talking about unemployment, that kind of stuff. So definitely take care of your people. Instead of 22 push-ups, or 22 sit-ups, how about contacting somebody? How about contacting 22 people? How about that? How about volunteering? Volunteering 22 hours or whatever, 22 minutes, something to have that direct effect. Because to really affect veteran suicide, you have to have the human connection to really have a big impact when it comes to veterans and their families. And speaking of sharing and caring, here it comes. That's right. Here is our caring and sharing slide, and it's growing. We're actually up to over 200 people who have shared this. And I really want to thank everyone who's taking the time with the index finger and pushing the share button. I'm also taking count. I'm keeping count. For those out there who are saying how much they love what I'm doing, the Veterans Council Veterans, and tell me what I can do. All I'm asking you to do is share it. I'm watching, I'm looking. Because too much of this I'm sorry for your loss, Valhalla, all that kind of stuff. No, just push the button for share, and you'll do a lot more than. And then being on the other side, which we have a panel, when you actually be a part of that people who actually may die by suicide. So I'm continuing this to transfer the sharing sign, as you see there, sharing and caring. Again, here's a slide here for the update. We got more, so we're gonna have more. We're gonna update them every day for people who are actually out there sharing what is going on, and giving an event that is for what I consider for us, by us. It's very important that people see that we're also involved in the fight. Too often, I've seen when I created Veterans Council of Veterans, and I say to a lot of people that it's really something that I believe is being blessed by God and sometimes controlled by God, and almost like I can't fail in spite of myself, because I picked Veterans Council of Veterans off of passion in 2014. But one thing I learned about nonprofits, passion only goes so far, and then you gotta start doing some stuff that's almost like a business mind, and that's you're gonna need funding, you're gonna need people, you're gonna need volunteers if you want to increase your reach. And if your event is successful, people are gonna hear about it. Word of mouth will really travel, and that's happening with Veterans Council Network. We're getting a lot of word of mouth when it comes to us and stuff. So I want you guys to know that this is something that we're always constantly on. I want you to know other things about Veterans Council of Veterans. One of the things about Veterans Council of Veterans is that we're partnered with a lot of people. We're partnered with the Hillsborough County Commissioner Merman. She has a family and veterans and military suicide prevention committee, which Veterans Council of Veterans is a proud member of, and is a chair for training. So we're part of that. We're part of the St. Pete College. They have a suicide prevention task force. Veterans Council of Veterans is part of that. There's a there's a Panelists faith-based coalition that meets every Thursday, and Veterans Council of Veterans is part of that. And finally, I'm not finally, we got a lot more stuff going on. We're also part of the Florida Mental Health Council Association and the Suncoast Mental Health Council Association. We're part of them. So we're engaged, we're staying in, but our number one, we have 4 major functions. I told you about, but this month, the function is veteran suicide prevention, and for the families. I don't want anybody to forget the families. The families are just as important when it comes to suicide prevention, and the families are just as important when it comes to suicide postvention, when someone actually died by suicide. So my guest is not here, so and I don't want to keep you guys. We continue on. We'll continue on every day. You'll see my pretty face as we keep coming into the home stretch for 30th September, where we'll have a chance to meet all of these people here. They're your community. They're your people, and I want you to know about that. And I want you to meet them, and so we can be involved in what we're doing. And one thing I did finally get this afternoon at 2:00, Veterans Coalition for Florida, they're having it 2:00 on Facebook Live. You go to SOF Missions Facebook, and you'll see us on there as well for Veterans Coalitions of Florida. You'll see them as well. So again, I know I promised you, but again, this event's coming up. Register, share, register, share. Until then, this is Tony Williams from Veterans Council and Veterans. Out.